So, you want to know how to train a dragon? Well, I'm pretty sure there's a movie for that, but listen, I can help you out with that. I just so happen to be the Dragonborn. Yeah, I know. Listen. Don't tell my secret, alright? Or else I'm gonna have to, you know. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we're back once again taking a look at how to make another banner. We're doing another, but you guys seem to love the first banner video we did. Well, it wasn't really the first one. We've done banners before in the past, but the most recent banner one we did, you guys seem to really enjoy that. So we're back once again doing another banner today. And I figured we'll go ahead and do like an anime style banner, and I just happened to pick Cowboy Bebop. So because the show recently was supposed to come out, then it was canceled, and it's kind of unfortunate for Cowboy Bebop fans. So we're getting started today. We're in a 1500 by 500 canvas, which by the way is the resolution of Twitter banners. This works for any kind of banner, of course. If it's a YouTube banner, just got to make it a different resolution. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do is I want to drag in our subject. So the first thing that I always do is I always go ahead and I always just put in our subject, which is this image that I found. I was so luckily able to find on the internet. It's a gorgeous picture. Absolutely amazing picture. Like we're done. That's it. That's all we need to do. No, I'm lying. We're gonna just scale it down a little bit, get a little bit more space in our canvas here. I do want to maybe we'll scale it down all the way. I don't really know if I want to put it down all the way like this. I think I want it to be a little bigger than that. So we'll do like this. Size looks pretty good. There is some discrepancies with it being cut out. Not exactly the best because this was a transparent image off of Google. But that's alright because we can go ahead and just clean that up real quick, like by going ahead and just putting a white background behind our... Oh, actually, the black was looking better, actually. We'll put a black background behind our character. And then we'll just go ahead and use the path tool to cut this bad boy out and get rid of all that weird orange glow stuff that we do not need in our banner. So we'll just get rid of all of that. Looks pretty good around this area. I'm trying to be careful not to cut the line art, which I don't think I did a very good job up here, but there's not a very thick line art in this actually. Cowboy Bebop actually has pretty thin line art because it is an older anime. But yeah, there we go. That looks pretty decent. That's fine. To me, you won't be able to tell because the background is going to be pretty much the same color. So let's go ahead and without further ado, let's grab this background, delete that, get rid of that. We're going to create a new layer underneath our character here. Let's go ahead and pick a nice color for the sky. I want to do like a sunset, so we'll do like a yellowish golden yellow like this, kind of to like a maybe purplish kind of pinkish color like that. Probably gonna have to change this around, but we'll use the gradient tool and RGB gradient, and it'll be like it looks fine. We'll do something like that. It looks good. All right, now cool. Now the next thing I want to do is add a new layer above that, and we shall go ahead and actually I don't know if I really like the color. Do I want to just do a blue sky for God's sakes? Oh man, I like that better actually. All right, we'll just do the blue. That's fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and just grab a brush here. And this brush I want it to be kind of like a smoky brush, like this one. Oh, you can't tell because it's the same color. Nice. So we'll make the color white first, and then we'll do like this, like a little smoky kind of brush like that, you know. What we'll do is I'll go ahead and just paint in a few of these little strokes like this in this area over here, maybe a couple over here. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make these into clouds by using the warp tool. Warp tool, we can use the move pixels function on it here to kind of like swivel these around and stuff. And what we're gonna do is we'll do like this and kind of just move it around and shape it in some weird ways like this. There we go. You love to see it. And this one as well, we'll kind of swirl it around. We'll get those classic cloud lumps, you know, and we'll kind of have it go up like that. Get a little lump there, maybe pull it down, you know, just something basic like that. Hit enter, and then we can go ahead and maybe blur it up a little bit, like that, maybe by 2 pixels. So that was filters blur. There you go. I might actually drag these down a little bit. Like, maybe. No, we'll leave them down. We'll pull them down. I'll move it over a little bit so you can see that cloud under his arm. Or above his arm, rather. There you go. Nice. Now, with the font, of course, it's going to say whatever your name is. So for this, I'm just going to make it say TutsByKai. We're going to go ahead and just type that in. Just double click to select everything and just hit the scale button to scale that up a little bit. Now, what font do I want to use for this? Maybe pause. We could do like a super basic one like this. And then we do something like this, right? And then to make it look cooler, we'll put it on like 80 maybe, and then we will spread it out by putting our cursor by selecting every letter except for the first letter, and then just scaling that out like that to maybe like 30 or something, and maybe we'll make it even smaller to like 70, 60, 50. Do 50. 50 looks cool, and then we'll spread out the letters like that. And I want to do Japanese underneath this. So we'll create a new layer again. Hit OK. Use the box tool. Drag a box about that thick, about the thickness of the letters. Drag it about to there, and then fill that with white. Hit select none, right? Actually, that's a little too thick for me, actually. I kind of want it to be a little thinner, so we'll just drag a box over top of like half of it and hit delete. There you go, a little thinner. Nice. And then we shall go ahead and I'm actually going to use Google Translate here real quick. Just to, because I unfortunately don't speak fluent Japanese. It's unfortunate, I know. So we're gonna type just gonna type something, tutorials. We're gonna type tutorials in Japanese, and I am gonna translate it back and forth a couple times and make sure that it actually says that it does say tutorial. Hopefully, let me actually just search it real quick and just see what it says. Yeah, okay, it does mean tutorial. We're just making sure, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now with this piece, now that we have translated that, I'm gonna go ahead and copy it, and then we'll paste it in. That is tutorial in Japanese, which is looks way cooler than what it actually says. Okay, it just says tutorial, but it looks really cool. All right, I might italicize this, maybe like that, and I do want to bold it, but maybe we'll just use a different font to get that look across. We have to have a font that works with Japanese characters. Oh, that looks perfect. All right, nice. And then I shall maybe I will leave the scale the way that it is. Actually, I kind of like it the way that it is. What do I make? I want to make something smaller though, I think. Maybe this one up top will make it a little bit smaller and spread it out a little bit more. Oh yeah, there you go. Cool, that was very cool. Now we'll go ahead and, because I'm gonna move all these things together, I will right click TutsByKai, then hit new layer group, drag TutsByKai into it, drag the line into it, which I will rename to line, and then we'll also drag the Japanese characters, and we'll rename this to clouds as well, just so we know what it is, and then we'll do char for character. Nice. So then we can now move all of that group together, which looks really cool. I do think this needs some kind of color, though. I'm just moving things around, don't mind me. I do think this needs some kind of color, though, because it is pretty colorless in this area. It does look fine the way that it is, and you can probably stop at this point, but I do want to do maybe a few more things to it. This is giving me very, very, very much anime vibes, which is very nice, because that's what we're going for, obviously. So the next thing I want to do is maybe a little bit of sun. Maybe a little bit of sun. It never hurt anybody. Okay. We'll create a new layer, put it above everything, and then we shall grab a little yellow color, just a slightly yellow tinted color, and then I will grab the hardest brush that I have, and then pop a sun, maybe a moon. Wait. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. Okay, well, that's what we're doing. It's a moon now. Yep, it's a moon. Get over it. No longer a sun. It is now the moon. There it is. It's a crescent moon as well. So we're just gonna make our brush a little bit smaller, and then click once again somewhere inside of that circle on the right hand side or left hand side, depending on where you want the crescent moon to be. But I think it looks better when the crescent moon is at the top left like that, top right, sorry. There you go. Maybe not that high. There you go. Do I want this moon to glow at all? I don't know. Let's actually go ahead and right click the moon, hit duplicate, and then layer to image size, and then filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and then we'll blur it by a little bit, yeah, and then drop the opacity down. Yeah, there you go. That's very subtle. Looks good. Nice. Nice. And then I might go ahead and group both of these in a layer group, and then move it down like that. And then just because part of this was on the edge of that layer, it might be cut off, so we're gonna go ahead and just erase the top hand portion. There you go. Nice. So that looks really cool. I think I don't know where I really want to put this though. Maybe we'll put it maybe we'll put it there. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Yeah. Okay, we'll put it there. We'll put it there. Underneath the text, so it looks kind of like it kind of has a place, you know. And for the background's too solid color, so we'll go ahead and create a new layer on top of the background. Grab a dark blue color like this, desaturated dark blue color. Go with our softest brush that we have with a big radius, about 1,000, maybe even more than 1,000. And then we'll kind of just keep clicking a couple places until I have a nice gradient like that. There you go. And then I'll drop the opacity down a little bit. Create a new layer once again. This time it'll be very slightly yellow tinted, kind of like the moon was. And then we'll go from the bottom, and we shall just click a few times in there, and then put this on overlay. Drop the opacity down. There you go. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Nice. Now for our homie here. Let's go ahead and erase this piece of this cloud here. So we're going to actually hide them real quick. And we are going to go ahead and just erase this bottom portion of this cloud thusly. There you go. It looks fine. And then to fix up the rest of it. Actually, we won't erase it. We'll just do the rest of it. What am I talking about? We'll undo that. Control-Z to undo that. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the move tool, or the tool we used earlier, to do something like this. Kind of press it together and then kind of have it go off the edge there. And then we can blur it again by about 2 pixels. Oh, it's layered. It's cropped to layer. All right, and then we blur it again. There you go. Now, yeah, okay. So actually, I'm gonna undo the blur, and we'll just blur just that portion by using the blur tool. So make sure it's on blur tool, and then we'll just blur that area. There we go. That's smarter to do. All right, cool. A little bit too much. There we go. All right, nice. So with what do I want to do next? Let's see. If I can I get a picture of really quickly? If I get a picture of, is there another picture of Spike I can find maybe? If I could find a second picture, we can do like a little overlay thing, which might be very, very cool. So if I could potentially, one that's clear. Ooh, maybe that one. All right, let's see if I can maybe try to do something here where we use a second image, which might be kind of cool. Let's go ahead and maybe pop them right there. So put this guy back in. These are not the same colors at all, so let's kind of see if we can kind of color match a little bit. We're gonna need to do a lot of color matching for this, so we'll add in a little bit more red. Take out some green. Take out some blue. Put a little bit more green back in. There we go. A little less red. The red looks fine actually. A little bit more, a little less bright, a little less contrast. And then we will desaturate it a little bit. Maybe hue shift it just a wee bit. Like that. Alright, I don't want to get it perfectly exactly the same, I just want to be a little bit more close. Now, would this be worth it to potentially do something like this? Where he's like half off in the sky? I don't know if I like that. We're actually gonna undo that. Let's go ahead and just work on this guy for now. You don't want to do too much, you know what I mean? So we'll go ahead and right click, duplicate this, add a new layer, layer group, and then drag Spike into it. We will right click, duplicate him, and hide one of those layers. Now we will use a big size brush, and we'll just go ahead and click an eraser on a couple of those edges, so it kind of makes him look like he's a little transparent and see-through, which is nice. And we'll re-enable the other one that we added, and then we'll duplicate it again, just so we have a duplicate copy, and we'll move this one way down below everything, just in case we mess something up. Now, with this full version that we still have, this one, I'm gonna go ahead and go to colors, saturation, and turn the saturation all the way down. So you can see there's a very subtle effect of it going from color to desaturation down here, because we have erased like this portion of the image. Now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this mode to overlay, and then drop the opacity down a little bit, and then go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, and just blur it slightly by 11. There you go. There you go. So it's a super subtle. Is it even worth it? I'm not sure it's even worth it. You can kind of see on some of the edges it's a little foggier, but I don't really think it's worth it too much. So we might just leave it with this nice little kind of look that it has here. Another way to do this is actually, if I was to not have erased anything and we were just to use the same one, we could actually go ahead and add a layer over top of this character here with the same color that's in the background, which is this color, and then just click the color over top of him, which is the same exact effect, which is a really cool way to do it as well. And drop the opacity down a little bit. Very cool. I also want to, he has a cigarette, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a new layer over top of this, and then we're gonna kind of eyedrop this orange color they have here, and then create a little tiny, just a little tiny circle, and then we'll use the move tool with a smaller size, and we'll kind of like have it go up like this. And yes, I know cigarettes don't really burn like this, but it's just a really cool looking effect. So we'll have it do something like this. There we go. Nice, cool. There you go. And I'll maybe smush that in a little bit more. Cool. So we'll do that one, layer to image size, and then we'll rotate it a little bit, and then we'll move it off this way, and then I'll maybe put it on screen, and it looks like smoke instead. There you go. Perfect. So instead of it being like fire, it'll be like smoke, which looks really cool. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. I do not actually like this thing that we're getting, these little circles that we're getting, so I might go ahead and use the heal tool with a smooth brush on his skin to get rid of some of these circles here, because I don't really like these, if I'm honest with you. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get rid of these very quickly. I'll use the clone tool for this area right here. Oh, I'll use the clone tool. That's the perspective clone tool. Do I not have a clone tool? Well, am I actually blind? What's happening here? There it is. Okay. I was a little blind there for a moment. Okay, I will admit. All right, let's get rid of some of these through here. This piece as well. Well, we can leave some of them. I just don't like all of them being here. There's just a lot of them in a small area. There we go. And I think that might be fine the way that it is. This one's kind of distracting. We can get away with doing this too, because it's an anime and there's a little texture or detail. We can easily just use the clone tool and the heal tool to kind of duplicate some of these grain textures over onto different parts of his jacket. That one's not gonna work. I kind of want to leave that one though. Yeah, we'll leave that one. All right, there you go. That's that. We have a little bit of smoke on there, which looks really cool. Look at that. Nice. Very subtle. And then we have to put this back over top of everything there. Nice. Looks cool. You love to see it. I think the last thing that I want to do is, let's see. Let's go ahead and go to edit, copy visible, paste as new layer in place, and then we'll duplicate that just so we have a copy of it. And we'll hide the other layer so it's a copy. So now we have this entire thing. We can move it all at the same time. Very cool. I want to go ahead and do some big changes to everything. So we'll maybe brighten it and then put a little contrast into it. Maybe do a little bit of saturation. Maybe playing with the hue a little tiny bit. Like that. There we go. And then finally, I think I kind of want to duplicate it one more time And then we'll go to filters, blur, and then maybe median. Is it median maybe? I don't think it's median. It's one of these I want to do here. It might be a little too small. Yeah, it's gonna like get rid of too many of the details. I kind of want to have all of the line art. And the line, like I said earlier, the line art is so small. It's gonna kind of get rid of all of that. Now we can do like, we can put it on like 3. Okay. So we'll do median blur, put it on like 3 radius. Hit OK on that, and then we'll go through and we'll just erase where I want some of the line art to show through. So this way it's a little bit more stylistic, and I can kind of control where the line art is, which looks really cool. Definitely on his fingers here, on his arm that goes down. This is a very, very cool effect that we're getting here. The eyes, of course, and then on the hair. Some areas that I just want you to focus on more than other areas. There you go. Maybe not that piece. Maybe that piece. That's kind of like nice. One little piece of hair coming out. All right, and then through there, and then this piece down here. A little bit of that. All right, and then the cigarette. Okay. So now we have gotten rid of a few of the lines here. Actually, I want this little piece of the suit there. And maybe the nose. Maybe not all the nose. There we go. Alright, cool. So we have effectively used this nice effect where it kind of softens everything. It makes it look pretty cool. And we have retained the information of the line art that I wanted to keep. I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoyed today's tutorial. This is a very simple, very cool looking styled anime banner. I will see you in the next one, but until then, bye-bye.